Okay, welcome back to the Movie Chums. Trailer breakdown for The Last Jedi. There's going to be big speculation from myself here. I'm not going to get everything. There's probably stuff that I miss and even stuff that I don't understand properly. So help me out in the comments if I miss anything really important. If I get something wrong, just let me know and let everybody else who's watching this if I get something wrong. But this is my understanding of The Last Jedi trailer and my breakdown of the events that we see. And I'm super excited for this. Let's just jump straight in. Okay, so the first shot we see, it looks like stars at first, the light leaks in, and boom, there's Rey. And it looks like she's been thrown out some sort of force vision, very similar to the Force Awakens, Rey's force vision that we see. When she finishes it with that force vision, she falls to her back. This time she's on her hands and knees, she's been thrown forward. She seems to be very receptive to these force visions, and it seems to have a big influence on her. And it's going to have a big influence in the film, I think. Let's move on.
Breathe. Just breathe. Now, reach out.
Okay, next we hear Luke say, breathe, just breathe. Now, reach out. He is speaking to Rey at this moment. He is obviously training her to use the Force, to tap into the Force, to maybe know future events, past events, know her history, know her future. This is going to be a big moment, I think, a big moment in Rey's in Rey's story. As this is played, we see lovely shots of Act 2. Rian Johnson is a genius in this front. He has the eye for visually beautiful cinematography, and I think we're definitely going to get a lot of that in The Last Jedi. We then also see an awesome shot, this shot here of Rey. I think it's going to be Rey. It could be Luke using the Force. I think it's definitely going to be Rey using the Force to lift pebbles, almost resembling Empire Strikes Back, where Luke is doing a handstand and lifting the boulder, as you see there. As you know, the master and the apprentice kind of doing the same sort of thing, which is actually interesting because a lot of people think that Luke's going to train Rey in a very, very different way, which I do too. But there's obviously going to be resemblance to the old stuff. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let's move on.
What do you see? Light.
Okay, big part here. He says, "What do you see?" So obviously she's in the Force. She's in this Force vision. Maybe I'm thinking along some sort of lines. Luke says to her, "What do you see? What are you seeing?" And Rey says, I see the light." And as she says that, we see a beautiful shot of General Organa, Princess Leia, which is just awesome. There's some behind the scenes shots of her that we saw from the Last Jedi panel. Watch it, check them out. That you can see the images on Twitter, anywhere. It's massive right now. But I just love her costume. I love everything about her. We don't see much of it in the trailer, but I just can feel that she's going to be awesome in this film and have a really big part to play, as it was confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy that she's going to be a big part in this film. As we hear Rey say light, we hear General Organa, or actually when she says it, Princess Leia, really quietly in the background say, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi." Let me play it again. This is what I think it says. I'll play it again. I'll turn it up a little bit. Listen and tell me, or what do you guys think? I think this is what she says. Let's just play it again.
Light.
"Help me, Obi-Wan." I'm sure that's what she's saying, which I don't know what that, I think that's really, really interesting. There's rumours of Obi-Wan coming back in the Force Ghost. There's plenty of options, but interesting, just the history of Leia kind of played in The Last Jedi. Yeah, I'm just loving it.
Darkness.
Okay, next we hear Rey say that she also sees darkness, so the balance of light and dark, obviously. And as we hear, as we hear Rey say those words, we see a shot of Kylo's destroyed helmet, not the same helmet from The Force Awakens, no way, because it got blown into oblivion. Is that even a word? I don't know what I just said. Doesn't matter. but it is in some sort of first order structure. You see the light panels, but I presume that Kylo Ren's going to destroy this helmet out of his anger, maybe resembling him coming out of his shell and being himself, not hiding behind a mask, which is what Rey says to him in The Force Awakens. Again, we have a voice in the background. This time it's Obi-Wan Kenobi saying he's been seduced by the dark side.
Darkness.
Interesting. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I'm pretty sure it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It could even be Yoda again, but I'm pretty sure it's Obi-Wan. Okay, let's move on.
A balance.
Okay, let's just quickly talk about that. We have a shot. This is a big shot of a bookshelf. I think it's in Act 2. This is why you've all seen the trailer, so I'll go to the end of the trailer. Here's Luke with the famous line we'll talk about later. You see the background and his environment there, very similar to this. So this is in his cave, or in a cave on Act 2. As we see this bookshelf, Yoda is speaking, saying, it surrounds us, it binds us. I think he says binds us, but he definitely says surrounds us. It's definitely Yoda. Take a listen. What does that mean? You guys let me know down in the comments, because all this stuff is still to be revealed to us. Why is Yoda speaking? Is he going to come back in maybe episode 9 or even episode 8? Who knows? But yeah, what do you guys think about that? And then we get this awesome shot while Luke says to Rey, it's so much more than just the darkness and the light, which is probably going to be a really big part of this film. I think it's going to be a big part of the opening, and I'll speak about that afterwards as well. But we get this beautiful shot coming round the mountainside into watching Rey be trained by Luke with the lightsaber, swinging it back and forth. I love it. It just looks awesome.
It's so much bigger.
Okay, here we go. Next shot, we see these resistant vehicles of some sort. Some people think it looks like B-Wings. It does. Maybe an upgraded B-Wing. I don't know. They're flying low. Very similar to this X-Wing shot in The Force Awakens. I'm loving how, this time period is all very the same, and it's a resemblance of in the movies as well. We see guerrilla walkers maybe, or just AT-ATs, first order AT-ATs in the background. They're going to war with those, which is awesome. It kind of looks like Hoth, but with sand instead. We see Finn in a medical capsule. It could be like a Bacta suit. I think I've heard that rumoured. It could be quite cool, but definitely him recovering from that slash in the back that we saw at the end of The Force Awakens. Moving on.
I only know one truth.
Love that. We get BB-8 and Poe Dameron running. Probably going to be an attack on the base where they are. We don't know where it is. It's going to be the Resistance base in the Ilenium system, but the ship gets blown up. How? Don't know. Let's watch the film. Hopefully, soon in December. And then we also get to see the Millennium Falcon kicking some butt as well, destroying some First Order TIE fighters. Awesome visuals. As I will constantly say about Rian Johnson, he has a great eye for this sort of stuff. Here we see Rey running, and they make it look like he's running towards Kylo Ren, but she's running towards Kylo Ren, but it's a totally different place. But nonetheless, awesome shot of Rey running. And then this is our first look at Kylo, not masked. In The Last Jedi, we see the scar. If you bring up the brightness a little bit, you can see it a little bit better. I'll do that for you so you can see that. But yeah, he's not so heavily scarred as I thought he would be. This shot I'm really excited about. This shot is Luke and R2-D2, which is a continuation from Rey's Force vision in The Force Awakens, where we see him put his hand on R2-D2. It's definitely the same place. It's got to be. This is a burning Jedi temple in the back. Is this going to be the Jedi temple that Luke trained his academy on, and Kylo Ren went rogue and destroyed all the Padawans there? Is it going to be Rey looking back or into the future? Is this going to be an actual scene in The Last Jedi? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Captain Phasma walking out of some fiery landscape. It's not the same place. In the top left corner you can see some sort of light. It almost kind of looks like the Resistance base. Maybe that's the aftermath of the explosion with Poe's X-wing. I don't know, but I'm excited for Phasma to play a bigger part in this film. Now we get a bit of a space battle. It looks like it's above the Resistance base, a whole fleet, rebellion fleet, and we see A-wings for the first time since the prequels, which is really exciting. Moving on.
It's time for the Jedi to end.
Okay, so we get that awesome statement from Luke. I've turned up the brightness for you so you can see that it's the same bookshelf environment as the previous shot, as I've said earlier. But yeah, so Luke says it's time for the Jedi to end. I think this is at the start of the movie, even though I do think this is going to be the end of the Jedi. What that means, I don't know. This is what's really exciting, and it's so fun to speculate. I do think this is, you know, Rey's going to say to him, "You need to train me," and we know that Rey's going to use the Force, and she's going to use a lightsaber, and Luke is going to train her like that. So it is very similar to a Jedi, whether they call themselves something different, I don't know. And maybe it won't work. Maybe Rey will become something other than a Jedi, as Luke is the last Jedi, as it's confirmed now. But I don't know what's in store. You know, the only answer at the moment is a grey Jedi, but nonetheless, that's still a Jedi. Guys, I have no clue what's going on here. This is what gets me so excited. I know so much about Star Wars, yet there's so much to be answered. Guys, if you have an answer for me, if you want to try and explain what he means by this, tell me what you think that Luke means by it's time for the Jedi to end. It's such a big question, one that's going to be answered in the near future. You know, we've got, what's the date today? It's April. So we've got 7 months, just a little over 7 months until The Last Jedi is released. So super exciting times in store. 8 months, dang it. A little over 8 months until The Last Jedi is released. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this trailer breakdown. I've enjoyed doing it. It's something new. It's the first time of doing this. I'll do this for every Last Jedi trailer because I love this stuff. But as I say, guys, I really want to know what you guys think about this trailer. What Luke means, what some of the shots maybe I've missed, points that I've missed, further explanations for different things into this. You know, the Journal of the Wheels was on that bookshelf. I don't know much about that, so guys, let me know what you think and your opinions on this trailer, because I loved it and it's just got me so intrigued and so hyped for this film. Anyway, guys, it's Jack. I should mention Tommy's not here. He's not massive into Star Wars. So yeah, you guys come back for the next video, and thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below and let me know what you think, because I want to converse with some people. Thank you so much, guys.